You are listening to Storymakers, the podcast for women who are ready to step into their true identity, live with meaningful purpose, find belonging and connection, grow in leadership, and walk boldly in faith. Here you can uncover the story that you were created to live because you were made for such a time as this. Okay, so we talked about in the last episode about what's happening. Why is it so hard to make friends as a grown woman? And I'm going to tell you some things that have helped me, and some things I'm actually going to start trying, and maybe it'll help you too. I think all of these things fall under the umbrella of being intentional, taking personal responsibility, and taking action. So, first of all, I'm always going to tell you, go be the real you. Over time, over decades, seasons of life, you start to find out who you're not, who you are, and then you start walking in it. I just told a friend of mine today, I was like, I don't know if I'm not even 50 yet, but if I'm already this, like, I don't tolerate that anymore. No, you can't treat me that way. Here's my boundary. I drew a line. I say no more than yes. I'm like, if I'm already that way now, I don't even know what I'm going to be like when I'm 70 or 80. And I just tell the truth all the time. Oh, Lord, who will be my friend then? Help me, Jesus. You set the lonely in families. I just think that you doing your own work to stop believing the lies that you might believe and living in the harmful narratives or even just unhelpful narratives that we live in for so long, so that we can walk in our own true identity, show up as the real you. Like, that's always foundational work. Stop believing the lies about who you are. Stop believing the lies about other people and about God. Shift your paradigm and step into your true identity. Do the work you need to do that and show up as you. Find your true identity so that you would know who to show up as. If you're constantly showing up, like trying to be who you think people you want you to be, you're going to be exhausted. And that leads to bitterness and resentment and offense and hurt. You end up in situations where you wonder why they think they can treat you that way. Well, because you taught them to. Or they're going to wonder, why are you acting that way? Because it's so out of character for what they know about you because you're not really being you. So some of the lies you might be believing are things I've caught myself thinking, like, I don't matter to them. If I did, they'd be the kind of friend I need them to be. They would call me, invite me, listen better, help me, include me. But reality is they have their own life and their own perspective of the relationship, their own interpretation of friendship and what they need in this season. I say, learn how to communicate kindly with other people about what you're looking for in a friendship. One of the other things is, I'm their friend, but they're not mine. So you might be overgiving and you might be a little bit bitter because you overgive and you think other people should overgive back to you. So you're thinking everything should be equal and mutual in the relationship. And I don't know. I've definitely had friendships where I feel like it wasn't mutual, you know? But then I think sometimes the over giving and over trying, I think that's real. So the other one is, I think, just believing I have to be a people pleaser or a peacekeeper to have friends. Like, I have to give up everything I want. I have to let them walk on me. I have to let them do what they want, go where they want to eat. And when I do that, they like it. When I pay for dinner, they like it. They ask me to go out again. Or I have to keep my opinion to myself, or, never allow conflict. Don't invite the friend that they don't like to come out with us in order to have friends. Well, all I can tell you is, that doesn't work very long. You can keep trying, but eventually you get burnt out. The other thing is the lie that I have to be a chameleon to belong because I don't feel like I fit. Well, you're not supposed to fit in and belong everywhere. Only where God sets you. And even that is not always perfect or easy either. Another lie is that whoever they are, they They have a life that's either better or worse than mine. It's the whole comparison story. And remember, comparison can only bear two kinds of fruit. That tree bears two kinds of fruit only, pride or pain. Their life is better than mine. That is painful. Their life is worse than mine. That is prideful. And so then you're looking at all these people who could potentially be your friend, but you are so busy comparing and living that lie that it's a struggle to be connected. I think one other thing, a lie that if we used to be friends, we should still be friends. Relationships can be seasonal. That is okay. It's actually, wouldn't it be nice if instead of ghosting you, somebody had just made it clear that the season has shifted? Like, I don't hate this job. I'm leaving because there's something else I'm called to do. It's not you, it's me. Just be honest with me. Like, that would be really helpful. So, those are just some things I think that you need to consider. What are the lies you're believing and operating from that affect your ability to be friends and that keep you from being the real you? The next thing is to actually create what you crave. So, if you want intentional conversation, if you want this like soul deep or soul safe friendship, you might need to be the one called to invite, introduce, host it. Maybe not for like 1,000 women, but invite 3 people over, like a monthly, do something fun, like host a high tea on Saturday for 4 friends or brunch in your backyard, a walk. No pressure. Let's just go take a walk early in the morning before it gets too hot. It was 109 degrees here, like the real feel. Holy moly today. And now it's thunderstorming and there's tornadoes. God bless us. I think that friendship, it just grows in the midst of consistency and honesty. Create that. And then also, if you don't have a place where you're meeting people, go find a place to serve where you can show up. And it doesn't have to be forever. It might just be for like a month or 3 months. Just pick one place, like your church or a nonprofit locally, a women's ministry that does something once a month or goes and serves somebody. Just show up and try. You don't have to keep going. You hate it? Don't go back. But you're putting yourself in proximity of other people, and that actually helps build trust and shared purpose and that shared interest that we need. It builds connection. The other thing, show up where women already are at. You don't actually have to host everything, but attend things that are already happening. Find conferences to go to. It's really networking. We have to actually face-to-face network to find friends. Go find a local Bible study or, like I said, a workshop, like one of those DIY paint nights, or we make signs together, right? Something creative, a women's night somewhere. Just tell yourself it is okay to go alone. It's okay to go awkward. Just go. You might not meet like, oh my gosh, best friends for life that first time, but you're practicing, and confidence is just being willing to show up and try regardless of the outcome and the emotion you might feel. Okay? Put yourself out there to make connection even possible. Find a community that is interest or hobby based, right? Around here, there's a local brewery where what they actually do, sure, maybe they get together and have a beer, but they run together. So it's actually where everybody found not a place where everybody likes to drink the same beer. Like, that's not the goal. The goal is everybody meets here on Tuesday night and they go for a run together. And you meet people just because you're in proximity of them and you're doing something that you all like doing. Pottery, gardening, creativity, book club, dance class. I would love to take, you know what I want? I want to do line dancing. I think that would be so fun. Teach me line dancing without me having to go to like some weird bar at 11:30 at night for a free line dancing class. These opportunities kind of, I think it makes it like a um, light possibility. It's easy. We're all just showing up for this thing. And if we get a friend out of it, awesome. But there's less pressure, light pressure. But there's a lot of potential because there's more multiple people in front of you. So get creative, get curious about what that could look like, and start doing some research about what's in the community surrounding you. Drive half an hour. It's worth it. Drive half an hour to go do something you care about doing where you might find people like you. Um, Another thing is just tell people you're actually looking for a friend. I know it sounds scary, but it's actually really important to do because sometimes people don't know you're actually looking for connection unless you say so. So tell somebody you're an acquaintance with that you like, hey, I would like to spend more time with you. Or tell somebody you already know, a friend or coworker, I'm looking to make more local connections and find some close friends. Do you know anybody I should meet that you think I click with? You're not being desperate. You're just being honest. And people like to help when they know that they could help you. So I would say if all that still feels like a huge stretch, and I think it probably will, you're not the only person who feels this way. You are not the only woman out there hoping somebody will text you first and make it obvious that they want to spend time with you. You're not the only woman out there feeling invisible, surrounded by people. And you're not the only one out there that wants to be invited, not just like tolerated and not forgotten. So I encourage you that instead of trying to fix it all at once and have three best friends when you wake up tomorrow, just take a small step and send out a message, show up to one thing, sit in the truth that your desire to have friends, it's not weakness, it's not desperation, it's real. You were created to be loved and connected, right? There's other people out there that are hoping that you will show up in front of them. So I want to tell you some options of things that I think are kind of some like conversation starters if you do meet somebody, right? Non cringy is what we're going for. But we are looking for like low pressure. And yes, I know this kind of sounds like a pickup line, but here's the deal. Wouldn't you like somebody to give you a pickup line to help you find a friend? So I think you can break the ice with somebody that you've never met before by saying, like, okay, you're at the coffee shop. Um, Maybe the person behind the counter is around your age and seems like possible we might like each other if we hung out. Hey, I come in here a lot. Um, how long you been working here? Do you really like it? Or maybe you work there and somebody comes in a lot. You can say, I see you come in a lot. What keeps you coming back? Right? Maybe you see somebody who is reading a book or something, and you can just say, like, that looks interesting. Can you tell me about the book? Or have you read other things by this author? Um, yeah, honestly, depending on your personality, you could just be like, I'm trying to be social lately. And so I've challenged myself to introduce myself to strangers. I think also you could say just random things like, I know this seems random, but you seem really kind and I'm trying to meet more good people in my life. I just interested in, you know, depending on where you are, maybe you're at a restaurant, maybe you're standing in line at Chick-fil-A, maybe you're at the grocery store. It's, I think it's okay just to say hi to nice people. One of my things is I like when people say something nice, like, hey, I love your earrings, or that dress is really pretty. I like to say, first of all, thank you. And then I say, and I appreciate you saying that. That tells me like you're kind. It was really thoughtful of you to say that out loud and to let me know. And then that's a conversation opener, right? So I want to be friends with kind people. I like that you like my earrings. Immediate shared interest because my earrings are pretty awesome. That's why I buy them. So another thing is obviously like just a starter opener about like a place-based starter. Where are you? Where do you find yourself? What made you can meet somebody and kind of create a bridge of like, so what made you take this class? What made you come to this church? What are you at this event for? Or have you tried the coffee here before? I've never been here, and so I'm kind of torn between like being adventurous on the menu or sticking with, my same old, same old. Ask somebody if it's your first time. Say, is it your first time here too? If it is, awesome connection. If it's not, awesome connection. Um, I don't know. Even just like I went to a co-working place once, like for the day, and there were people there that looked like they really knew how to work at a co-working space, and I was new. And so just saying like, you look like you know how to do this. Do you mind if I copy what you're doing and contextualize it to me? Like, you've really got a great setup here. Awesome. That just one, I'm just saying like I like what you're doing. I'm interested in knowing more. And, what do they say? Like being mimicked is the highest compliment or something. Um, oh, imitation. Yes. Imitating somebody, highest compliment. Not mocking or necessarily mimicking, but also just being curious and being kind and making people feel seen and inviting connection with them. And actually, not just saying, like, what do you do, but tell me something about you. Hey, what's your favorite thing that's happened so far this week? How do you like to spend your free time? What do you do when you're not here at work or at the coffee shop or whatever? Or even just, I always wonder how people end up here. So, what's your story? People love for you to be interested in them. And then once you've made a connection, kind of keep the ball rolling by saying, like, I really enjoyed talking to you. Would you want to grab coffee sometime or go to lunch? Or I'm trying to make more space for friendship this year. Would you be interested in swapping phone numbers? Or can it like follow each other on Instagram, see what each other's doing and connect there? You can say things like, I've really been looking for more women who are interested in this to connect to, or who are real and grounded and authentic like you seem to be. I would love to connect with you again. As long as you're not being slimy, this is not a pickup line for like what you're used to. The idea of how do I actually tell somebody I'm interested in being friends with them? A lot of us have bad experiences and fears around that, but I really think it's necessary. So also, if you're an introvert or you need to feel like really safe before committing, say something like, hey, no pressure at all, but I would love to invite you to go to this thing I'm going to next week. Or I know making friends as an adult is really weird. So I'm just trying to show up and try. Be honest with them. I know this is kind of weird. Or if you're ever looking for a friendly face in the midst of crazy, in the midst of the chaos, the messy middle, I would be honored to be that friendly face. And if you don't mind, I'll give you my phone number. Text me or call me if you want. Right. So I just want to give you some ideas of ways that you can start showing up, making friends, putting yourself in the proximity of people who might have shared interests with you, who are looking for you, even if they don't know it. Because the reality is, there's friends for you out there. They just haven't met you yet, and you haven't met them. And so go be proactive and take action and take Holy Spirit with you. Totally wants you to have friends. You know, that whole thing of it takes a village, but nobody tells you where the village is. Well, I am trying to tell you, pave a path, build a village, invite some other women to come hang out at the village is what I'm doing. I am creating what I crave, that I know my daughters, my friends, and my clients all need. I know I need it. You should copy what I'm doing in some context in your life and find ways to invite other women who you know are stuck, overwhelmed, lonely, sad, and looking for friendship. Find a way to meet your need by serving them. Go do it. You can. I believe in you. All right. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Happy friending. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the show so you don't miss any new episodes. And to learn more about me, my work, and how we can connect, visit sterlingandstonementoring.com or check the show notes. And until next time, remember, all things are possible and figure outable.